So the first question is about Adam and Eve and the scenario that happened in Eden. So she was asked, or he or she, I don't know, was asking that why did God create or even put that tree? Was it a setup? Did he put it there as a setup for them living? If he knew that it was not good for them to eat and it was a trouble, why did he put it there? Was it like a bait, some sort of like that?
So then the second also would be the same thing, basically.
And the second question is also related to it, but this one is with
another example.
With another example of the commandments. More like, is God setting us up for failure?
For failure.
Yeah,
that's a big point. Okay, so I'm going to answer that question in a discussion manner so that you understand. So, was that a bait? And was God setting up Adam and Eve for failure? I would say no. So why did God put the tree? If you are a student of science student, you will know that any system that functions must function with some form of or some measure of restraints. So if you want to put a system into place and you want that system to function, that system has to function with the restraint system in place. And now, according to physics, what role does restraint play in a system? It's a very significant role. If a restraint system is not put in place, that would mean that that old system will function infinitely, unlimitedly. And so for something to function infinitely, that talks about it being out of control and out of under authority, out of restraint. That means not under authority, out of limitation, infinite. It cannot be stopped. It cannot be limited. It cannot be slowed down. So there is no system that functions like that. The only system or entity that functions like that is God. A system of control or a system of restraint is present in everything. This light we put on now, we can put it off. Even sun that we see, it cannot be put off. You cannot switch off sun. Yeah. But there is a system of restraint in it. Can you imagine if sun is on us perpetually? First of all, because the earth rotates, so that's a system of restraint. The distance is a system of restraint. Otherwise, it would have just killed everybody. So many systems of restraint there. So when it comes to Adam and Eve, God put just one system of restraint to let man know that they were still created by somebody. And if you are created by someone, if you emanate from somewhere, that thing that creates you has a helper hand over you and is still in charge of you and is superior to you. So you therefore must be under the authority of that entity that created you. But if you don't put a system of restraint there, then you yourself, you are working against creation, the principles of creation.
And you self-destruct.
You are self-destroying what you created and yourself. Because that thing you created without a system of restraint is going to be out of control. against itself and against you. But it would now destroy the system that created it, and everything is destroyed. So if that system of restraint is not there, and it is unlimited and perpetual, infinite rotation process that is going on in that place, it will come back, not just to what has happened now. Now that the system has been violated, and it led to the death of Adam and Eve, spiritual death of Adam and Eve, and of humanity, and all of us are suffering now. But that is because the restraint, the system of restraint was violated. But if that system of restraint was not there at all, that destruction that we see that it brought to humanity and to Adam and Eve would have been the destruction of the total system of existence and of God himself. So it would not have been a local and limited destruction. It would have been a destruction of everything. That is why God was also able to contain Satan and Lucifer and the 1/3 of the angels that rebelled with him and fell, because there was a control, there was a restraint system fixed into the system of heaven itself. And thanks to that, God was able to manage the situation. But Satan didn't realize that there was that system of control. So, and the entity of heaven and of God himself was able to be preserved, thanks to the system of restraint.
I'm processing your thoughts as a science student, because when you said a science student, so that gave me a line to channel your explanation, and I can explain what you just said scientifically. Just using, as a medical doctor, using the system of restraint that God has put into our body.
Yes, please.
Has put in place. And without that system of restraint, people will just be dropping dead every day. But because of the system of restraint that God has put into our body, when you walk 48 hours, you will not feel the same way without sleeping. The system of restraint that God has put would make you feel headache. It will make you feel hungry.
Tired.
You make you feel tired. You almost want to faint. And what will that do? That would bring you back to your normal functioning that he has designed in your system, that you need to sleep, so you go and sleep. You need to eat, so you eat. It will bring you back to where you're meant to function. And that makes a lot of sense, because if there was no system of restraints put for Adam and Eve, even when they started erring and going against the normal functioning that God has already established, they wouldn't even know that they are erring.
Yeah.
So they would destroy themselves, and then they would destroy the whole plan of God for the earth. So that makes a lot of sense. And also, as you're speaking, I was also analyzing it on physics too, with the restraint of friction. And I just imagine there is no friction. If there's no friction, then accidents is just going to be happening
every second.
And people will be dying. So that makes a lot of sense, because now it doesn't look like a trap. It doesn't look like a trap, but it's actually love.
So when people don't understand that, they think it's a trap.
Yeah, they would think, like, why did God, if God
lay
knew,
a trap?
Yeah, why did he set that trap for them? So it wasn't a trap. Wow. But
it was a protection.
It was a protection out of love.
And a defense. A most powerful act of love.
For protection and for defense.
For defense. And a manifestation of
love.
But just the same way that fear is a restraint mechanism.
Sure.
In every man. Because if there had not been a feeling of fear that is built into us, you will jump from this ninth floor. You will just be killing yourself
Anyhow.
You jump into the river, into the ocean. But because of fear factor that is built into you as a system of restraint, you gauge, you calculate what you can do. You develop mastery. So you know if you can swim, you develop swimming skills before you jump into that thing. So mastery. Then you want to cross over the ocean and you cannot do it by yourself. So you develop technology to build bridges, to build boats, to build ship, to be able to do what that's thanks to fear.
Wow. Wow.
And that's thanks to the system of constraint.
Constraints. Wow. I mean, this is amazing.
It's making you to think.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You are going deeper in your thoughts.
It's good.
You are seeing it.
It's good. Yeah, because I'm channeling to also how to build system for your life, to build system.
System of control. It's protection. It is ultimate protection. It is foresight. So the system of constraint that God put in the Garden of Eden, that tree of knowledge of good and bad or evil, it is a manifestation of God's ingenuity. It's a genius idea. Apart from the fact that it's a love idea, but it's a genius idea. And what is in the ingenuity of that idea is called foresight. Protecting posterity and protecting tomorrow and the future. Protecting legacy and protecting everything.
From today.
From today. Even from before today.
From before.
From the time
moment of
and
creation.
before the system was created.
Fantastic.
Science is a beautiful thing. And the problem people have with science is that they don't know the Bible. They don't know how to combine science with the Bible. So when I look at that Genesis chapter 1, I'm not just reading what is written there.
Religiously.
I am seeing science, it's making sense to me. And it's giving me principles. I'm understanding God's ingenuity, the genius of God, the wisdom of God. Science enables me to be able to look at things like that. Even though I never studied in school, but it's through self-development. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Now, we need to spread this word, and we need to do it together. For that to happen, we need your help. Just 5 little steps that you could help us to spread the word. Number one thing we need you to do is to like the videos. Please go like this video right now. Number 2, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Number 3, we need you to press and click on that notification bell. You see the bell? Go press on it. And number 4, we need you to go comment. Write your comment, good or bad. Just write what you feel. Number 5, share on every platform. Share on Instagram, share on Facebook. Just share and spread the word. Thank you so much.